Hi, I'm Laura, and for the last 5 years, I've been living in and traveling around Mexico. For most of that time, I've called Mexico City home. I started 2021 living in Todos Santos, but I was feeling a little bit isolated, a little bit too cut off from the city life that I loved so much in Mexico City. I wanted somewhere on the peninsula where I could still enjoy the beach and a little bit of solitude, but also have some more amenities and not need a car to get around. So after a month in Todos Santos, my boyfriend and I moved to San Jose del Cabo. San Jose del Cabo is perhaps the slightly lesser known, calmer, more residential neighbor to Cabo San Lucas. It's located at the southern tip of the state of Baja California Sur in Mexico. Good morning. Today I thought I would share with you guys a sort of updated cost of living video because when I made that video a few months ago, we were living in Todos Santos. Now we are living in San Jose del Cabo, and we don't have a washing machine, so that's an added expense to take our clothes every week, our bedding, our towels, carrying them. So yeah, things are a little bit different here. Obviously it's a bigger town than Todos Santos, which in the end probably is a bit more expensive, even though you might think that Cabo and living around Los Cabos is more expensive, but we'll see. I'll share with you all of our costs today and we'll compare. So one of the biggest differences in regards to our grocery shopping here in San Jose versus in Todos Santos is that there's big grocery chains here like Soriana and Chedraui and Walmart. So you can shop pretty much all in one place. And there's also a municipal market here in the center of town where we can get fresh produce, meat from the butchers. So that's where we're headed now and see what we can get. I'll link below to the Google location of the Municipal Market, but we usually head here once or twice a week to get fresh produce as well as all of our meat. We found the produce to be way better than anything we've bought at the bigger supermarkets. However, it's not quite as big as the other markets that I'm used to in other parts of Mexico, so it can still be hard to find spices, nuts, seeds, as well as dried rice and beans here. We've got cilantro, we've got potatoes, broccoli, green tomatoes, regular tomatoes, bananas, onions, some in-season oranges that I just started eating and they're very delicious. We've got one bell pepper, we've got 2 poblanos, lots of carrots, lots of different types of chilies, including some dried chilies. All of this for 220 pesos, just over $10, exactly $11 actually. We've got all this chicken. It's 2.8 kilos. I'll put what that is in pounds. And this costs 128 pesos, so just under $7. And from the butcher, we got a kilo of beef and 300 grams of chorizo. Chorizo there is so good. And that cost us 160 pesos. So $5, $6, $8, just under $8. And our Tupperware over here in the corner, don't mind him. We do a bi-monthly shop at one of the bigger supermarkets here like Soriana. There are so many options here in San Jose del Cabo, so it's nice to have the choice depending on what we're looking for. I find them to be incredibly clean, always pretty well stocked, and they have a nice selection of different dried goods, even stuff you may miss from back home. We bulk shop for at least 2 weeks at a time since we don't have a car and it can be a little bit annoying to sort of just pop to the shop. So this is 2 weeks worth of food, which includes rice, garbage bags, eggs, yogurt, coffee, some coconut and almond milk, sauces, toothpaste, pepper, as well as some produce that we haven't been able to find at the local market. In total, this cost us 972 pesos and 60 cents. If you are paying in cash, they'll usually round it up to the nearest peso. So the biggest expense is obviously rent. The place that we were staying in Todos Santos was about $600 a month. It was 12,000 pesos. But that was through a friend, and she knew our budget, so it's usually a vacation rental, that place. And she was kind enough to rent it out for a month for us because times were slow. However, when we came to San Jose del Cabo, we were really looking for something possibly a little bit longer term, but that was still furnished, that was still including most of our bills. And we found this place through Facebook Marketplace. I promise there will be a tour, an apartment tour before we leave here. But for now, we'll just talk money. This place is 12,000 pesos. It includes all of our bills except for our electricity, because living in a hot place, if you use the air conditioning in Mexico, your bills can really go up. So our first month was relatively affordable. We are still not using air conditioning at the minute. It's only just starting to get hot now. And that was 134 pesos, which is not even $7. So yeah, not bad. With this place, for 12,000 pesos, which is about $600, we've got a lot more than we had in Todos Santos. It's much bigger. It's pretty much a proper house. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, a nice big kitchen, a nice big living room, great Wi-Fi. We've got full cable, and everything's included in terms of pots and pans and TV, bedding. The only thing was that we had to buy some towels from Walmart, but otherwise we're pretty well set up here. It's super centrally located. We can walk everywhere. That was a huge plus for us. So yeah, it's bigger and better located than the place in Todos Santos. Perhaps not as stylishly decorated. I don't know what you guys think. But yeah, we're super happy paying the 12,000 for all that we get here. Other little expenses are things like water. We get 20-liter bottles that are like 5-gallon bottles delivered, usually 3 a week. And those cost 20 pesos. It's super affordable. We use it to make coffee. We use it to drink. Obviously, we use it if we're gonna make rice or any other sort of food where we're actually gonna consume the water. There's well water here. I've heard that it's okay to use to cook. Some people even drink it, but we've just had some bad experiences with water in other parts of Mexico. So we are not using it for that. We still brush our teeth with the tap water, and we also make boiled things like potatoes or pasta or stuff like that with the tap water. So we haven't had any bad experiences that way, but otherwise we use the bottled water for pretty much everything else. Eating at restaurants around San Jose del Cabo is probably one of the more expensive things when comparing it to other places in Mexico. Living in Mexico City, it was easy to find tacos for anywhere between 8 and 15 pesos per taco. In San Jose, it's hard to find a taco for less than 28 or 30 pesos. Fancier restaurants are in abundance here, and while they may be less expensive than similar style restaurants in the USA or Canada, you can still expect to pay about $10 to $15 per person for dinner with 1 drink. And from there, at places like Flora Farms or other farm-to-table restaurants, it's much, much more. Beers at a restaurant cost between 35 and 50 pesos, unless you're having a craft beer, which can cost upwards of 80 pesos for a pint. Even though I bring it in a bag every time, they always put it in a plastic bag. Just over a week's worth of laundry plus our towels, 135 pesos. That's about the medium load that they charge us for. If it's a light load, just like a week's worth of clothes, it's usually 80 pesos, but 135 pesos is about $7 for someone else to wash and fold and iron and dry my clothes. Not bad. I hope you found this video helpful, give you a better idea of how much things cost, how much really living somewhere costs, especially here in Los Cabos, where sometimes it can have the impression that things are a lot more expensive. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.